welcome back to my channel. My name is Tracy and today I'm taking part in the monthly global video collab group. These are Stampin' Up! Demonstrators who get together every single month and we choose a different theme and we create a video hop. So make sure that you check out the description of this video for all the other links of the videos. So this month's theme is feminine and I think this card is so beautiful. There is absolutely no stamping on it, as you can see. So it's a little bit different to what I usually do, but this is an amazing card. There's so much detail in it and it's just so pretty. Now this one is made in the gold, but Stampin' Up! No longer carry the gold metallic thread. So I'll be making today's card in silver, which we do have the silver metallic thread. So something a little bit different. So the supplies needed for today's card are, we have the Poppy Moments dies. I absolutely love this set. There's so many pretty different flowers that you can create and you can't go past the poppies. I'm using the Bonanza Buddies dies and I'm just using this label tag here. Also using the Big Shot embossing pads. Now as you can see, this background here, I've actually used the dies from the Poppy Moments dies to create the gorgeous background here. It looks like it's embossed, but I've embossed with the dies. So I'm going to show you how to do that. It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. We're also using silver metallic thread, the Whisper White and silver metallic edge ribbon. So this one here, it comes in the silver and also the gold. I've used the gold in this card here. I have all my card kit here ready to go. Now you can find all the measurements and supplies over my blog. There's also a link to that blog post in the description of this video. And there's also a clickable link to my online store. If you live in Australia, you would like to purchase any of these supplies, please click on that link. Use the hostess code for this month and you'll not only receive a bundle tutorial via your inbox, you will also receive a handmade card or project from me for this month. And you can also earn yourself some Inky rewards for every $50 that you spend in one shop. Okay, so we have thick Whisper White card base. We have thick Whisper White matting that we're going to do that gorgeous embossing with. We have grey granite for our tag, mossy meadow and garden green, old olive, sorry, for our cardstock. For our leaves, I have a piece of just normal regular Whisper White for our poppy, and I have some silver foil for just the inside center of our poppy. So I'm going to bring the Big Shot in and we're going to do a little bit of die cutting first because it's pretty much all die cutting this card. And firstly I'm going to show you how to do this gorgeous embossing in the background. So for that we need our matting piece of Whisper White. With our Big Shot embossing mats, it actually comes with a hard plastic mat. We're going to use that one. And there's also two mats here. We have a thick basic grey and then we have a really thin Night of Navy. Now we're using the Night of Navy mat today's for the embossing. Let me just get out some of our dies that we need. I need to get these onto a magnetic mat, but I haven't done that yet. So we need our large solid and our large detailed poppy. We're also going to be using that center. Where is it? This center here. Beautiful one. We have the two leaves, which are the medium-sized leaves. These ones here. And our background that we're embossing is using this die here, so a detailed, intricate die. This is one that we're going to be using first, so let me just take all those other ones and pop them to the side. And we have to open up our Big Shot to the first plate. So this one here, it actually says here for impressions pad. This is the old platform, so I'm not sure with the new platform. I'd have to have a look, but if you've got the old platform still, it means that you've got the thin adapter on the top. We're also only going to be using one of our cutting plates, so pop one away. You're definitely not going to need it, but so let's pop that one down over the top. I'm going to bring in my matting piece of Whisper White and that die, and I'm also going to grab, it's just an old bit of washi tape there, I'm going to bring some washi tape in, because this is going to be popped down onto the card base so that die doesn't move. And you'll see why in just a second. So let's set this up on the edge of our matting piece. The next piece is going to go down, so our metal die is actually going to be facing upwards. So we've still popped it so our metal die cut is on against the cardstock here. Hope that makes sense. So as you can see, as we normally put the die down, it is placed down onto our cardstock, and we're just going to place it down onto our cutting mat. So we have our embossing, we have our platform, our cutting pad, our die, and then our cardstock on the top. We're going to stick that Night of Navy silicone mat down, and then that thick Whisper White mat as well. Let's run that through. And this gives such a great detail. Look at that. That's the opposite side, so when we turn it over. So beautiful. So we're just going to keep repositioning this one through. Turning it over. Oh, hang on, let me bring that to the other side so it's facing down or facing up. Putting the silicone mat, and if you get this sandwich right, you're not going to cut your Night of Navy mat. If you get it wrong, you could cut through it. So just make sure you're checking that diagram before you do it each time. So I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to fast forward this video so you're not just watching this for 10 minutes. It doesn't take that long, but you know what I mean. And I'll be back as soon as it's finished. So that has given that gorgeous detail of the embossed background. I'm finished with these mats, so let me just move these ones out of the road. I need to bring in both of my cutting plates again. And now we can work on the other die cut pieces. So we have basic grey cardstock for that tag. We have both both Old Olive and Mossy Meadow for our leaves, and we need 2 each of those leaves. So the solid image is going to be in Old Olive and that detailed image in the Mossy Meadow. Let's run that one through. I'm going to run that through twice. We also have our Whisper White piece for our two, the detailed poppy and the solid poppy. Let me see if I can fit this on as well. We also need that silver foil for that center of our poppy. And hopefully, even though it's right on the end, it'll still cut out perfectly. So although there's lots of die cutting, it doesn't take that long to do. So just popping the piercing tool through the little die pieces. I'm finished with the big shots. Let's move it out of the road. Okay, so we're right to start popping everything together. Now on my matting piece that we embossed with our dies, see this edge? I've distressed the edge with a pair of scissors, and I've used an old pair. Highly recommend not using a really good pair like your paper snips because it will dull them. So I'm just going to open the scissors up, and I'm just going to run that blade down the cardstock. Creates a really great distressed side, and I think this really makes it pop out as well. It's a great technique. I like this technique. Gives it that little frayed look. Beautiful. Makes a bit of mess though. And this is going to be glued straight down onto our card base, the thick Whisper White. So let's bring in some Tombow Mono glue, and we can glue that one straight down. There is enough popped up already on the card, so I wouldn't recommend popping this piece up with dimensionals. I don't think it needs it. And with that distressed edging, it really sort of pops up itself a little bit anyway. Isn't that gorgeous? I don't know how well the light's picking that up, but it is so pretty. Okay, we're going to work with our flower, or our poppy, and we're going to pop some dimensionals on our detailed poppy on the back there. So let's bring some dimensionals in. Just having them in the middle is enough, and I'm probably better off using my edges, I think. So let's just chop a few edges off. Great thing is these dimensionals, all of it on the sheet is used for giving dimension, which is fantastic. Great savings. Mini dimensionals would probably work really well as well. Okay. Just peeling those backings off. And I'm sort of off-centering it off on the solid. It doesn't quite marry up anyway, but I like the off-centered look. And then we're going to pop up that center, that silver center. I'm probably better off to get a mini dimensional for that, so let me grab them. Because that'll just need the one. Oh, it's striking. Absolutely beautiful. So we're going to be attaching the mossy meadow to the old olive, and I'm just going to use the glue, Tombow glue, for that. So I apologise for my voice, I'm just getting over a bit of a cold, and I couldn't film last weekend because I was crook, but I'm pushing through this weekend, and just filming anyway. You just have to put up with my croaky voice a little. So we're going to do both of those, and I love the contrast of colours here. And I haven't lined them up completely equal either. I've popped them off to the side. So I'm going to use some glue dots. You could definitely use your Tombow multi-purpose glue to attach them to the back of our poppy. But I'm just going to pop a couple of glue dots down. It's actually probably a bit high. Let me go down a little bit more. That's better. So once you've got everything die cut, it really doesn't take too long to put this card together. Okay, let's bring in that silver thread, and we're going to pop some of that behind our poppy here. So before I go ahead, let's just pop some dimensionals down, because that's how we're going to stick our thread down to the poppies, but also attach the poppy down to our tag. You certainly don't have to put that many dimensionals on, but I like to give cards that don't sag once you give them. I like them to look good even if they go on the post. And dimensionals are really cheap, so I don't scrimp and save on them. I think they're very much worth the money, especially when your card gets to the recipient and it looks just as good as when you sent it. So I'm going to bring in that silver thread, and I'm going to wrap around my whole hand. I want a fairly big set of loops. That'll be enough. And this is going to sort of go everywhere because that's what it does. Let's see what it looks like. You can manipulate it a little bit as well. That's gorgeous. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that up on our little label there. Our tag's going to have this gorgeous white and silver metallic edge. I'm just going to run a little bit through that tag. Trying to clean as I go because I keep losing these pins for my ribbon, and that's not good for the dogs if they're on the carpet somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to bring that silver thread back through, and I'm just going to create a little bit of a thread. So I've just gone over 3 times. Now this is where it's really handy if you've got an extra hand that can hang on to your tag for you. That would be really helpful, but you can do it by yourself as well. So I'm going to double knot it just to make it easier for myself. I'm just going to cut that bow there so we have little edge loops, little tails. There we have it. And I think I definitely had a few more strands, maybe 5 strands in the gold, but this works well as well. I might just make my bow just that little bit smaller. And then we're right and then we're right to pop some dimensionals all over this tag to pop the tag up. So like I said, there's plenty of dimension on the card. You don't need to pop up your embossed piece. Now this card would be great for any occasion. It's a feminine card, but it could be great for a birthday, anniversary, get well, anything really. And just change what you have in the sentiment inside. So let's just work out where we want that. And it all depends on your leaves, how much leaves you have out. So I'm going to just take a little bit off the top of this tag. Oh my goodness, this is an absolutely beautiful card. Which one do you prefer, the gold or the silver? So don't forget, this is part of a video hop, so check out the links below in the description of this video. Make sure that you like and leave a comment to everyone's video. That would be really appreciated, I know. And if you haven't subscribed to any of us, or if you haven't subscribed to me, please do. I would love to have you each video. And don't forget to hit that little notification bell that lets you know when I have a new video out. Okay, until next time, which will be the first Wednesday of the month, we'll be back then, and I hope you can join us. Okay, until then, bye bye.